Today we are making a video on Ubuntu Studio 23.04 beta edition. I already made a lot of Ubuntu flavors version 23.04 beta editions in my previous videos like yesterday or day before yesterday. You can watch the other Ubuntu flavors if you want. And here is a boot menu of Ubuntu Studio 23.04. This is to boot in a live mode. This is for a safe graphics and OM install for manufacturers, and this is for test memory. In order to boot in a live mode, you need to try or install Ubuntu Studio. Click on enter. It's going to take up to a minute of maximum or minimum of 20 to 30 seconds. So let's wait. It took almost a minute and 10 seconds. So here is our desktop layout. I'm running it on a virtual machine with 4 GB of RAM, 40 GB of hard disk, and with 2 processors running. Let's change the display settings first. My display is 1920 x 1080. Let's change the display to our preferred setting. Here is the 1920 x 1080 with a 16:9 ratio. Click on apply to change the display. Again keep for the confirmation. If you can't see the text or a font in your display, you can change the global scale up to 300%. For 1920 x 1080, 150 is suitable. You can clearly see the text or font properly. So let's check the about the system, which is Ubuntu Studio 23.04 beta edition. Plasma version is 5.27.3, which is latest version. Frameworks version is 5.104.0. Qt version is 5.15.8, and the kernel is 6.2.0. Graphics platform is X11, and it's a 64-bit. The file size is around like 5 GB, and you can download only by torrent. That's weird because people who want to download with download managers, it's not available. You should download a torrent client for it. Here is some info: 4 GB of RAM and my processor. Let's close it and open the system monitor and check how much resources are consumed before opening any apps or running any apps. So we'll get an idea of how much resources will be consumed at the beginning, and I'm going to show you it at the end of the video, and you can compare it later. And it's not for a low-end PC. As you can see, it's almost a 1.6 GB. In the beginning, just beginning, I didn't open any apps. It's already 1.6 GB. It's not for the low-end PC. It's clearly not for low-end PC, as you can see here. CPU is almost 25%, below 25%. It's going crazy. So let's see. And this here are some info. Here are the applications running right now, and here is a graph of the CPU and the RAM and the internet. You don't need to worry about the internet, just check the CPU and the memory or RAM, you can call it. It's already 1.7 GB, nothing opened, and the graphs are going crazy. It's okay because it's still in a beta version. If you want to test it on a Ubuntu Studio, you can test it on a virtual machine or a VMware if you want. VMware, VirtualBox, virtualization, you can do anything. For a normal user, it's not, you don't need to worry about it because you need to wait for the stable version. If you want to test it, you can test it on a virtual machine. So it's not for a low-end PC. Don't try it on a main PC or a work PC because it still have bugs. It should have bugs because it's going to ruin your PC. It's better to stay out of it. If you're a normal user, it's better you stay out of it because I don't want you to ruin your PC. Even after the stable release available, just wait for a few days because even sometimes stable release will have few bugs. It's better to wait like 10 to 15 days even after stable release. If everything is good, you can download or install. If they have bugs, they are going to release a point update like 23.04.1 like that. You can download that. So it's better to stay out of it for a few days. And let's check the process. Here are the processes running right now. As you can see, the RAM usage, everything here. Let's check the version of system monitor, which is 5.27.3. Let's close it. Let's open the terminal, which is console. Here is our console. About the console, 22.12.3. Console or terminal, everything is same. Let's type in few commands. inxi-sv8. inxi is not installed, so let's install the inxi. Sudo apt install inxi. Click on paste. If you copied it, you can either type it like sudo apt install inxi. It's going to take a few seconds, and you will be having, you need to type Y for yes or N for no. It should take a few seconds. Let's wait for a few seconds. As you can see down here, the process running. I think it's almost done. It's under 92 process. It's completed. Let's type in the command right now. inxi-sv8 and hit on enter. It's going to give you the full info. Host is Ubuntu Studio. Kernel is 6.2.0 and it's a 64-bit. KDE Plasma version is 5.27.3. KDE Plasma is the desktop environment for Ubuntu Studio. Qt version is 5.15.8. Kevin X11 VT1 and the distro is Ubuntu 23.04 Lunar Lobster, because it's Ubuntu Studio is a flavor of Ubuntu, and I'm running it on a virtual machine, VMware. It's going to show VMware, and these are some Phoenix version is 6.0. My RAM is 4 GB and it's already used up to 1.78, which is around 1.8 GB, which is almost 46.7%. This is my processor, or CPU we can call it. Let's scroll down. These are some resolutions, or a monitor you call. As you can see, there is some info here. If you want, you can stop the video and pause the video, and you can see it. A console, inxi version is 3.3.25, bash version is 5.2.15, uptime is 8 minutes, and process right now running is 247. GCC is 12.2.0, systemd version 252. Let's type in few more commands. inxi-b and hit enter. Here is some info if you want. Xorg version is 1.21.1.7. Xwayland version is 22.1.8. VMWG FX version is 2.20.0. Mesa version is 23.0.1. OpenGL version is 4.1. And my resolution, display resolution is 1920 x 1080, which is 60 Hz. Let's type in few more commands. inxi-G. Here are a few commands. Let's type in inxi. Again some info. Let's type in cat:/etc:/issue. It's a Ubuntu Lunar Lobster. Let's type in htop if it's available. Htop is not installed. Let's type in sudo apt install htop, or you can copy it right here. and hit enter. It's going to take like 10 to 15 seconds, a maximum of 15 seconds. And here is the progress, and it's installed. Let's type in desktop. It took me just 8 seconds maximum. The memory is running almost like 1.33 GB of 3.81 GB, as you can see in a desktop. The CPU is running around below 20%. That's good. CPU is good, but the RAM is not for the low-end PC. I'm going to say it's you just need to skip the Ubuntu Studio version. It's better to go with Ubuntu because it's lightweight, or Ubuntu XFCE desktop environment version. They are good option if you want to use Ubuntu flavors. There are only two right now for a low-end PC, if you ask me, and it's my opinion. It's different. There should be a different answer for you. You can choose anything you want. In my opinion, Ubuntu and Ubuntu are the best options. They are lightweight, and it's up to you to choose whatever you want. Let's open the Firefox browser, and let me show you how to download and where to download the distro. Firefox is going to take like 20 seconds maximum to load up. It took just like 10 seconds. Let's check the version. Version should be 311 because every Ubuntu flavor has the same version, 64-bit. Let's type in Ubuntu Studio 23.04 beta. This is the search term. You need to put it in your search bar or a search engine. You will be having the first link or a second link. The first link is the official website, and the second link is the release notes, and the third one is the directly to the Ubuntu website, which is direct download link. He will be available here. This is the direct download link, and they have the torrent link. As you can see here, you need to download the ISO file from the torrent, and you need to have a torrent client if you want to download or test on your virtual machine. And here is the release note. As you can see here, what are the new things here. I showed everything already, that, and the major updates are here. And this is the download link. This is the torrent file. Let's check the versions. Let's see is it same or not. First one is like a Darktable version 4.2.1. Let's open Darktable. Let's click on all applications and scroll down to Darktable, which is here. A GIMP version is also available here. Let's check all these apps and check the version, which is let's find out is it true or no. Our version is 4.2.1, which is correct, as you can see. Let's open the GIMP. It should take like a few seconds, and we should be having our version. What is the version here? 2.10.34, or you can call it as 34. GIMP is almost loaded. Let's check the version. Here is our version, which is 2.10.34 or 34. And what we have, our third version. Here is our order 7. It's loading. Now output device. Click on forward, Ubuntu Studio, or choose anything you want. Apply. Advanced settings, start. Let's see where is the. Let's close this thing. we'll check the version in a store. And I guess we have our version here. Can't click on apply. We can't even use anything here. It's not allowing me to check anything, so let's close it. No problem. I think we have a lag or a bug here. Terminate application. Let's open the, I think it's crashed. No problem. Let's open the OBS Studio and check the version. It should be like 29.0.2. Here is our Ubuntu Studio. Let's close it. We don't need anything. We just need to check the version. As you can see, here is our version 29. Audacity. It should be 3.2.4. Audacity is taking a few seconds to load up. What else we have? Digicam. Let's open the Digicam by scrolling down. Let's type in if it's available. Again, it's crashed. Audacity isn't opened yet still. Let's try to open the Audacity again, which is a sound editor. 8.0.0. as you can see, this version are same, so let's close it. We just need the version. Let's skip the Audacity. Let's open Kdenlive. It's taking a lot of time. Here we should have a Kdenlive. Somewhere around here. Here it is, the video editor. And let's also open the Krita version. I'm having a 4 GB of RAM, but it's still a lag here. Krita version is 5.1.5, which is same. That's all we want. There's a lot of bugs going on here. So everything taking a lot of time. Let's close the browser. We have a bug. Let's close this thing. There's a lot of lag here. I can't even drag anything or use anything. Need to wait for a few seconds, I guess. Nothing is working. Somehow Firefox worked. Let's close the Firefox browser. Leave closed or relaunch. Let's close this thing. We don't want to ruin the video by opening all these things. Again, it's a beta version, so I already said there will be a lot of bugs. If you want, you can test it only on VMware. It's good or a better idea to test it on a virtual machine. Here is our Kdenlive. Let's close this thing. Krita is stuck there. Somehow opened. Thank God. This is the version which I already said. Let's close this thing. These are all the pre-installed apps you can see here, which come directly from the Ubuntu Studio. I didn't install any app. Let's just scroll down and show you what are all the apps available. These are all the apps which comes pre-installed. Let me scroll it fast. Can't even scroll down by clicking it. Just need to scroll it. These are all the pre-installed apps. Let's go like this. I don't know why the mouse cursor is not properly working on the distro. Let's open the file manager. There's a lot of lag and bugs here, and the Dolphin version is same as the KDE Plasma desktop environment. Let's open the store. The store should be Toyscar or the software manager. Utilities, there's nothing in utilities on the system side. There is a package manager. Let's open the package manager, and after this I will show you the installation process. This is the Moan package manager version 5.80.8.0. I'm just going to scroll it very fast. If you want, you can slow down it in YouTube settings. If you are on a YouTube app, go to settings and change the speed up to 0.25. As you can see, you can properly see on this speed. I'm just going to scroll down. The installed one will be highlighted in a green. For example, I'm going to show you some like this, installed. If you want, you can slow it down. I'm just going to scroll it down very fast. If you want, you can change the speed in the YouTube settings. Let me close this thing because it's going to take a lot of time. This is installed apps. Let me go through all this thing. Speed. These are the settings. If you want, you can change the settings. And this is the about of Discover. And these are the updates available right now. I think almost like the size is checking already. It should be like a 500 MB maximum, I guess. It's a 220 MB almost, which is 215 MB. Around figure 220. If you want, you can update it. I don't want to update it. That's it. Let's see the desktop features. These are all the desktop features. Clipboard. I think this is a virtual keyboard. It's a no input window. And this is the volumes settings. This is the eject removable media, internet connection, notifications, calendar or time. This is a dock panel, and let's check the desktop wallpapers available. It's a Lunar Lobster wallpaper. We have a good wallpaper, so almost like a 6, I guess, 6 wallpapers, not more than 6. File folder view is 3.0. Let me show you the installation process. Just double click on it, and the installation or the installer should open right now. Here is our installer or installer location installation. First you need to choose your language. Again, this is same as every Linux distro. The installation steps will be same and similar to every Linux. First you need to choose your language. There are plenty of languages available. Choose your own language. Click on next. You need to choose your location. You need to give any location. There is no specific location you need to provide. You need to provide any location you want. I'm choosing Los Angeles. These are few settings. If you want, you can choose time, all these things. Let's click on next. This is a keyboard. Automatically my keyboard is identified as a generic 105. Mine is Dell, but it automatically said it's a generic. No problem. Choose your language. Mine is English United States. If you want, you can choose anything you want. I chose English in a previous language, so it's going to put it in a default by choosing the English. You can change it whatever you want. Click on next. Here is the partition settings. If you want to single boot, you can do it by erase disk. It's going to erase everything, so be careful what you're doing here. It's going to wipe all the data, info, all these things, so be careful what you're doing. If you're doing it in a virtual machine, nothing happens, but if you're running it on a main PC or a work PC, everything is going to wipe off or gets deleted. You can choose anything you want here. If you want manual partitioning, which is a dual boot setting, or you can change the size or create or resize the partition, you can go with manual partitioning. I'll go with the erase disk, and this is to encrypt. If you want to secure your Linux distro, you can encrypt. If you don't want, you can uncheck it, and the bootloader location will be here. If you want, you can not install the bootloader right now and install it later. And this is the VMware. I'm running it on a VMware with a 40 GB of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM, and the 2 processors. So it's going to show 40 GB. Click on next. You need to give your username and password. You don't need to give your original name. You can give any name you want. I'll go with Runboxing, and PC name should be Runboxing. We don't need anything, VMware, all these things. And the password is I'm going to choose a simple password. You need to give it a strong password. For the sake of video, I'm just going to with a small password. Log in automatically without asking for the password. I'm going to click it. Click on next. This is the summary of what you choose or what's going to happen after you click on the install button. I choose the location as Los Angeles, language American English, and the numerous data locales will be American English. Keyboard is a generic 105. Keyboard layout is English US default, and the partitions I choose is erase disk everything and install Ubuntu Studio 23.04 on a 40 GB of hard disk, and 35.99 GB is Ubuntu and 4 GB will be swap. And this will happen after clicking on install. Create a new Mac MS-DOS. All these things will happen, so you clearly stop and read everything. Don't just click on install. You need to be have some patience and read everything, so it's better to wait and read everything. After clicking on install, it's going to take a few seconds, and it's going to install everything like in a 20 minutes maximum, or a minimum of 5 minutes, depends on your PC, or if it doesn't have bugs, it's going to install it in very fast. After the installation, it's going to say finish. Click on finish, and you need to reboot your PC, and you will be having Ubuntu Studio 23.04 installed on your hard disk. So that's the process of installation. I'm not going to install it on my PC. Let's end the installation. I think I covered everything, I guess. Let's open the system monitor and check the resources consumed after all this time. Before it was like 1.6 or 1.7 GB. As you can see, there's a lot of RAM consumed already. I didn't open a lot of apps, just a few apps, but they are pretty much heavyweight apps. I should accept it. Almost 2.7 GB. It's in my opinion, it's not for a low-end PC. As you can see, 2.7 GB is not a small thing for a low-end PC. It's almost laggy in 4 GB of RAM. It should be way laggy in the 2 GB of RAM. And the CPU is running around below 25%. CPU is good. And let's check the applications opened. These are all the applications opened. Here is a graph of CPU and RAM. You can see here RAM is also crazy, and the CPU is a bit normal. And here are the processors running right now. It's cooking, it's taking a lot of time, no problem, let's wait. And these are all the processes running right now, as you can see here. Let's close it. Let's open the Firefox browser. Let me show you my channel. This part is only for the people who want to watch the content without subscribing. If you are already subscribed, just skip it. This is for the people who want to watch my content without subscribing. I'm going to show you my channel and some info. So let's wait for the Firefox to load up. It's taking a lot of time, I guess. So let's wait. These are few settings. Here we have our Firefox opened. Just type in youtube.com/9to5linux. This is the URL. If you don't want to subscribe and just want to watch my content daily, just visit daily, like clicking on this URL. If you want, just type in youtube.com/9to5linux. If you are on a TV, you can also type it in your browser. If you have an app in a TV, you can just type in 9to5linux on a YouTube app. This also is same for in the mobile app or in a tab app. Just type in 9to5linux in a app. If you are on a browser, just type in youtube.com/9to5linux and click on enter, and you will be having my channel. I'm using a VPN, so it's going to take a few seconds. It should be instant on your devices. This is my channel. If you are only here for the Linux videos, just go to playlist, and you will be having a Linux playlist here, and view playlist or play all right here if you want. I made around like 1534 videos on various Linux distros. I covered every different Linux distros there, almost like 70 to 80% of Linux distros in all these videos are available here. If you want, you can directly search it here with your favorite search system or a favorite Linux distro, by like example MX Linux or a Zorin OS. Just click on enter. It's also available on devices like mobile or TV, and you will be having latest version videos here. I make latest videos as soon as they release. I'll make a content right they released, and I am going to post 2 videos daily. I am posting 2 videos daily from almost like 3 years. I didn't miss any day, and I'm not going to miss any day. Maybe 1 or 2 days in a year. That's it. This is my timings. If you want to watch my content, you can just visit my channel at these timings, and you will be having my videos. They are before. I will post before the timings, so it should be on a premiere. So these are the timings I will be posting. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. If you don't want, it's up to you. No problem. I don't feel bad, or I don't ask you. It's up to you. I think that's it. I covered everything, I guess. Let's shut down and end this video here. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out. Shutdown is instant.